welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you are new, hi, I'm Cora. Make sure to check out the description box below for links to all my social accounts as well as my website, corashay.com. And let's just jump into the video because today I'm going to be talking about the weekly routine items I do to stay organized.
I can feel your heart pounding like a kick drum. Love it when I'm this drunk. Ooh, yeah, I can find fly.
The first thing I like to do every single week is to make and stick to a weekly cleaning schedule. I have a free printable I am working on for this to share what I do each day for my weekly cleaning schedule. I'm not quite finished with it yet. It probably will not be up when this video is up. Make sure you subscribe to my newsletter below so that when I do release that printable freebie, you can make sure that you get it. I do think that making just a general list of the things that you need to clean every single week and sticking to it so that you get into routines and habits to clean certain items every single day. For me, a lot of my cleaning gets done on Sundays. That's what works the best for me and my life and my family and our household. So I highly recommend figuring out what works the best for you and trying to stick to cleaning certain items each day of the week so that it's not overwhelming and it helps you stay organized and on top of your house. 2 is budgeting. I every week go through and I look at my spending from that week, because when you are keeping an eye on what you're spending, you are so much less likely to spend on things that you don't actually need or you don't want to spend money on, things like that. It really helps you keep an idea of where your money's going. And then I update my budget. I do not use a very complicated budget. I just use an Excel sheet with generally an idea of what I want to spend on certain categories every single month. And then if I see myself, maybe the 3rd week of the month, getting really close to the end on something, I'll figure out what I can do to slow down that spending in that area if it's possible, and then readjust it for next month if need be. Spending 20 or 30 minutes looking at your spending and then looking at your budget is very helpful. I understand that some people have a really awesome and coordinated budgets and all this stuff, but I don't find that necessary for me, and I know that a lot of people feel the same way, that a super complicated budget system actually deters you from actually sticking to it and paying attention to your money. So go simple if you feel that way too, and that's totally fine. Gradually add more elements as need be, but just start an Excel sheet, nothing complicated. Do it on Google so your significant other or whoever else in your household that also manages money can see it as well, and just keep it simple. Number 3 on my kind of weekly routines is laundry. I hate laundry. I do not like doing laundry. I would say most people don't like doing laundry. If you do like doing laundry, you are an incredible person, and please tell me your secrets, because I don't like it. But I find that I had to be honest with myself. I used to try to do all of my laundry one day a week. I tried to wash, dry, fold, and put away all the laundry, which wasn't realistic, and I would just get overwhelmed and then close it in the washer for 3 days, and I could rewash and smell back in the whole thing. So I found that a weekly routine that worked for me was doing half in one day and then half in the next day. It made it feel less overwhelming. It was so much more manageable. It could become a background task on the first day, so you don't have to worry about it as much. Allowing myself the grace I needed, it allowed me to stay on top of laundry and to stay more organized, to keep my house more organized, and it's less stressful for me. So a big tip I have when you're making your weekly routines is to be realistic, think about what works for you, and be patient with yourself. Next up is grocery shopping, meal planning, grocery lists, that whole general category. So what works the best for me is to use an app called Our Grocery. It's in the Apple Store and the Android Store, and I know that because my fiance has an Android and we're both able to use it, and the same, you can connect your accounts so you're on one account, so that when I add something to the grocery list, it pops up on his list, and you can add things as you think of things and you can do it together. Don't eat the exact same meals, actually very different meals because I'm vegetarian and he's not, but we can still maintain one grocery list and stay on top of each of our meal planning. So for me, I like to go through and pick what I'm going to have. I generally have one type of breakfast throughout the week, and then I alternate between different lunches, and then I have a variety of dinners, but I do try to meal prep some of that. And so I make that whole plan. I make a general idea of what I'm going to have each day of the week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, make the ingredients list for all of that. And like I said, I try to meal prep a couple things just to make it a little bit easier. Say if I'm going to have enchiladas, instead of just making 3, I'll make 9, and then I can space those out and eat them every other day. If I eat the same thing every single day, I get really bored, and that's fine. Don't make anyone, if you feel that way too, don't let anyone make you feel pressured into meal prepping all of your lunches and all of your dinners and having the same thing. It doesn't work for you because you're not going to stick to it and you're going to get bored on day 3 and then you're going to go out to eat. And that's, maybe not good if you have health and fitness goals or if you have financial goals you're trying to stick to. Don't let anyone tell you that your meals have to be the exact same every single time. If you have the capacity and the time to have different meals, then I recommend doing it so that you can actually stay more entertained with your food. However, if you are somebody who has no qualms eating the same meals every day, more power to you. Make sure you add to your weekly routine to meal prep on whichever day works the best for you to meal prep. Figure out the weekly routines that work the best for you. The next thing I do every single week to try to stay organized is set up my weekly planner. For me, it works the best to outline the beginning of it on Friday night and then do the rest of the planning on Sunday night. My work week generally ends for the most part on Friday. And then, so when I'm finishing up Friday, I'm wrapping it up, I look at what I've accomplished that whole week and what I want to accomplish the next week. I'll lay out some of the main goals in my planner for that next week. And then on Sunday night, because I start my work day on Monday and I want to be able to go into it full speed ahead and have my planner already set up, I'll set up what I need to do each day, a lot more detailed lists and tasks and scheduling. And I definitely recommend figuring out the planning system that works the best for you and for your life. If you do want to see how I set up my Erin Condren life planner, I'll have that video linked below as well. But I just really recommend trying to figure out which day works the best for you to plan. And if you are somebody who does not work maybe a traditional like Monday through Friday job, then I would recommend finding a planner that doesn't have the dates on the top. Planner, it has, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the way through on the top. But if you are somebody who works in an industry where you don't work traditional job hours, I really recommend finding yourself a planner there where it's blank for the 7 days and you can put in the date on the top. You can also always cover it with stickers if you want, but I find it easier. There's planners where it's just empty up there and then you don't have to worry about it. I used to work in the hospitality industry, and when I was in operations, I did not have a traditional Monday through Friday schedule, and so that worked a lot better for me, and it's something I recommend figuring out for your weekly routine if you're in that situation too. Next up on my weekly routine to stay organized is to make a health and fitness plan for the week. I actually do this in correlation with my weekly planning. So on the Erin Condren Life Planner, there's these like 4 little boxes right here. And on these little boxes, in this section down here, I do my health and fitness plan for that week. Specifically, I do what exercises I'm going to do that day, for how long. I find that I have to, when I make that schedule, I'm less likely to cause myself any form of injury from exerting myself in incorrect ways. Like I can't do the treadmill for 3 days in a row or my knees start to hurt. So I try to intersperse that with biking or Pilates or whatever it may be. And when I make that plan in advance, it helps me actually stick to it. The last thing I do, also related to the planner again, if you can't tell, I'm a big planner person, okay, is I make my weekly to-do list. And I use this portion right here where it's just nice and empty, and I usually put a cute little to-do sticker on the top, sometimes if I'm not feeling lazy. I make a weekly to-do list, and this is things that I need to get done throughout that week, but not necessarily on a set date. Because I find that it's very limiting if I try to, in advance, call somebody that I need to call, and I'm going to call on Monday. But then if I don't get it done on Monday, then I tend to forget about it the rest of the week. So by putting things that don't have a set date on my weekly to-do list, I'm so much more likely to stick to them and actually get them done. And that way, say then on Tuesday, if I have a little extra time, but I hadn't scheduled it for that day, I can look at my weekly to-do list and say, I have an extra hour. What can I do in that hour based off from my to-do list so that I can stay organized, productive, and on top of things? Sorry if this video was a little bit rambly, but I was hoping that it helps at least one person out there to make weekly routines that help you stay a little bit more organized, productive, and focused. Because when you make routines that help you get organized, then it can help you live a less stressful life. I am someone who gets easily overwhelmed by things, and as I started to form routines that helped me stay on top of things, I found myself being less stressed and less overwhelmed. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope everyone is staying safe out there and having a great day. Bye!